It seems that Lionel Messi was orchestrating his plan to leave Paris Saint-Germain for some time now, after never really settling in at the French capital since his move from lifelong club Barcelona. And whatever he cooked up, he executed it brilliantly. A subtle yet shocking detail has emerged. Messi's 3 children had not been registered in any Paris city school while Messi was playing for PSG. This strongly suggests that the family was never really inclined to stay in France, despite the media hoopla and fandom around his signing. But what gives? Why club hop after being so loyal at Barca? I mean, France is a dream destination for many footballers. Well, it's a bit of a long story and you'll have to stick to the end of the video to find out all about it. The winner of the 2022 World Cup faced a 2-week suspension for missing a training session without prior permission from his club. This absence was due to his sponsorship commitments in Saudi Arabia. During this period, he did not receive his salary and was prohibited from participating in team training and even matches. Nasser Al-Khelaifi, the chairman of PSG, was in the US on a business trip when he learned of Messi's absence and chose to take a firm stance against his star player. Leo was well aware that traveling to Saudi Arabia on a workday without the club's approval was not acceptable. He is a professional, you know? However, he proceeded with the trip anyway. In 2022, he had been appointed as the tourism ambassador for the country, necessitating at least 3 visits in the year as part of his contractual obligations. He had already rescheduled this trip twice due to logistical challenges and reportedly had no intention of postponing it for a 3rd time. Nevertheless, the prevailing perception was that Messi did not show sufficient respect for his club by failing to attend mandatory training sessions. But could this have been a clever strategy to facilitate his departure from the French club? Did he simply need to orchestrate a situation that would prompt PSG to take actions that would make his exit feel a lot easier? Well, when dealing with one of the biggest star athletes the world has ever seen, everything is possible. Before the start of the 2022 World Cup, there was buzz about a potential new contract for the then PSG star Lionel Messi, with both parties expressing initial interest. However, the subsequent meetings between Jorge Messi, Lionel Messi's father, and the French club in February and March turned out to be fruitless. Observers in the room couldn't shake the feeling that neither side was truly eager to extend their partnership. Notably, PSG, who reportedly approached their star player with a request to lower his salary, fully aware that such a proposal was unlikely to gain his approval. Reports widely circulated that Messi's move to PSG aimed at helping the club realize their ultimate goal of clinching their very first Champions League title following their previous losses in the 2019-20 final and 2020-21 semifinals. However, PSG's hopes were crushed in 2022 when Frenchman Karim Benzema's remarkable hat-trick eliminated them from the tournament. The fans expressed their anger towards PSG's performance and demanded improvements. The fans were incensed by PSG's underwhelming Champions League campaign, laying blame on Messi for struggling to lead them to victory. Their discontent was evident during a March Ligue 1 match against Rennes when Messi's name was announced and displayed on the screen, prompting boos from the crowd. It's clear that Messi's connection with Paris Saint-Germain didn't match the bond he had with Barcelona, but such adjustments were to be expected. Messi didn't grow up in PSG's ranks, and the city had high expectations with the roster that they assembled. At Barca, there was a long-term bond between player and team, as he was a symbol of the club for 2 decades. Messi bid an emotional farewell to Barcelona and its fans, where he had always been the central figure and was treated as such throughout his tenure at the club. One thing worth noting is that Messi's journey to PSG in 2021 was quietly motivated by financial difficulties, with the Catalan side struggling to balance their books. Barca is the club where Leo had dedicated 21 years to, breaking records as their all-time top scorer with an impressive 682 goals. Barcelona's announcement that Messi wouldn't continue with them due to financial constraints imposed by La Liga, resulting from staggering debts, sent shockwaves through the football world. This was a significant blow to Messi. He was deeply disheartened by the situation. Initially, Messi had engaged in promising discussions with, believing he would extend his stay with the Catalan giants. However, the club had different intentions. As a result, Messi faced a period of adjustment upon joining PSG, as he embarked on a new chapter in his illustrious career. But this chapter also hadn't ended very well. Now, a crucial question arises: was money always a significant factor in his decision-making? Some people say money occupies the top spot on Messi's list of ambitions, with football coming in at close second. Every action he takes is driven by the pursuit of furthering his wealth and legacy. Others cannot imagine Messi being about money at all, seeing as he was the symbol of the game for several generations of fans. Lionel Messi's journey has been intertwined with money from the very beginning. A noteworthy incident at his first club, Grandoli in Rosario, saw him leave due to his father's inability to pay the modest 2 peso entry fee for a game, which resulted in their denial of entry. His transfer to Barcelona was, in part, fueled by Newell's Old Boys' inability to cover the costs of his growth hormone treatment, a crucial process in his development as a professional athlete. Without it, would he even be the Messi that we know of today? As soon as Barca was in major financial upheaval, he was getting ready to pack his bags. When PSG wouldn't match even a fraction of his astronomical salary demands, he was plotting his departure. This isn't to suggest that every aspect of his career revolves around money, or that he's perpetually driven by greed. However, a cursory glance often reveals the influence of money and a person's real intentions. While this phenomenon isn't unique to Messi, his financial figures consistently outshine those of his peers. But now you can say things like, BS, Messi decided to join Inter Miami, ignoring the lucrative offer of 1.5 billion euros by Saudi club Al Hilal. But the real question is, do you even know how much Messi is earning in Miami? Well, let's take a look and see. The contract agreement for joining Inter Miami boasts a substantial value of up to $150 million, spanning 2.5 years, not to mention additional compensation from MLS partners Adidas and Apple. Ever heard of those guys? This Miami arrangement is the latest addition to an already impressive list of lucrative contracts and endorsements both on and off the pitch. By the end of 2025, Messi's overall career earnings are projected to reach an astounding $1.6 billion, encompassing earnings from playing, bonuses, and endorsement deals. This remarkable sum places him among the top 5 highest-earning athletes in the history of professional sports. Messi's contract with the American club is worth an annual package ranging between $50 and $60 million, including his base salary, signing bonus, and an equity stake in the team. That sure helps, especially when you're partnering up with a wealthy ex-footballer in the likes of David Beckham. Remarkably, this places him on par with the highest-earning players in the NBA and NFL. For reference, 2-time NBA MVP Nikola Jokic's current contract averages $55 million per year, while the 2019 NFL MVP Lamar Jackson's earnings stand at $52 million annually. However, the structure stands out due to its unique team equity element, a compensation mechanism not accessible to players in other leagues. It's anticipated that Messi will exercise his ownership stake in the franchise once his playing tenure with Inter Miami is over. Once Beckham and Messi put Miami on the map of the footballing world, how much will that stake really be worth? Messi was pulling in an impressive $60 million annually from his endorsement partnerships, even before he made his way to the US. Now, with his arrival on American soil, he stands poised to augment that income by a considerable amount, courtesy of individual revenue-sharing arrangements with the league's broadcasting giant Apple and the renowned apparel brand Adidas. It's also worth noting that Messi has already solidified a lifelong alliance with Adidas. The recent announcement by Apple regarding a 4-part documentary series centered around Messi adds another layer to his ever-expanding portfolio. Should Messi succeed in further elevating his global profile, it will directly translate into a boost for his personal finances. This is due to the revenue-sharing arrangements and his stake in the team, as laid out in his contract. Inter Miami, valued at $585 million just last year, is poised to become a billion-dollar club once their new stadium, Miami Freedom Park, graces the scene in 2025. Messi boasts an array of over a dozen active brand endorsements, with Adidas being the most financially rewarding. Among his other partners are Budweiser, MasterCard, Pepsi, Saudi Arabia Tourism, and Socios. These brands greatly benefit from Messi's colossal following on Instagram, tallying an impressive 480 million followers, placing him second only to his long-standing rival, Cristiano Ronaldo. The news of Messi's agreement has caused an astounding 800% surge in Inter Miami's Instagram following, catapulting the club to the fifth largest following in U.S. sports, trailing behind only 4 NBA teams. Finally, his ultimate aspiration was to simply find happiness. Whether he was dribbling the ball, putting goals in the back of the net, or enjoying precious moments with his family, all he desired was a sense of joy and fulfillment. He dreamt of providing his children with top-notch education in a nurturing environment and relishing in unrestricted quality time with his loved ones, free from the entanglements of football's politics and harshest critics. In Miami, Messi has found the tranquility he sought, and his presence has already elevated the team's performance, capturing their first-ever Leagues Cup. Lionel Messi expressed his desire to rediscover the simple joys of life, cherishing moments with his family and children. PSG couldn't provide the happiness he once experienced during his illustrious time at Barcelona, where he clinched 4 UEFA Champions League titles, 10 La Liga championships, 7 Copa del Rey triumphs, and 3 Club World Cups. Barcelona had expressed their interest in bringing him back, but Messi was hesitant to tread that path again. Despite his attempts, the proposed deal didn't resonate with him. In his words, "If the Barcelona thing didn't work out, I wanted to leave Europe, leave the spotlight, and focus more on my family." Back in 1975, when Pelé signed with MLS, he left an indelible mark, inspiring a generation of American footballers. David Beckham's arrival in 2007 briefly propelled MLS into the mainstream and brought substantial financial gains. With Messi's addition, the MLS could experience an unprecedented surge in viewership and new fans, reaching unheard-of new heights. And now the question goes out to all of you: did Messi join the MLS for the love of money or for the love of the game? If you found this video insightful or entertaining, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe for more exciting content to come. Please share your thoughts with us on Messi's arrival to the MLS and what it means for him, Inter Miami, and the game at large. And as always, stay updated by clicking the notification bell. Until next time, stay passionate about the world's most beautiful game.